Basically, his father went to prison for vehicular homicide. So he was sentenced to like 7 years. And I just thought, well, I'm going to raise him by myself. That's fine. But my daughter was still in a foster home. And because I was on a case plan with her, I had to follow the case plan or whatever. And I never really read the paperwork and nobody really explained it to me. But not that it matters now. They're using the wrong laws anyway. But there was a stipulation in there about not living anywhere but one place. And so I didn't follow that. I moved into a hotel because I was moving from one city to another. And they said I was in violation of the case plan. And if I did not give them my child, that they would take my son from me. And my daughter was already in a foster home, so they thought it would be easier if they were to ask a judge to do that. And so I was scared, and I thought they would. And I thought back then that CPS could like kick the door down. But they can't. And they can't even take people's kids at all. But I didn't know anything about my rights or the law. And I gave up my child willingly to them, my son, at 3 months old. And they kept him for about 2 years in a foster home with my daughter. And so when I got my kids back, it was about 2003 or 4. And one was 2 and one was 4 years old. So after that, I graduated college and I got a job at the local hospital. And I had my 2 kids with me. I was a single mother. And I think I was doing pretty well until I lost my job about, I want to say 2007 or something like that. And I think it was about then. But it was in 2009 is when CPS came back into our lives. And they knew about the previous case. And this is part of the reason why they jumped on it. They could use that as evidence or whatever. But it was, 2009, I came into contact with DCYF again, and the allegations were that my son was bitten by a dog, and that I was feeding my kids cereal for dinner, and that something about not having food or something like that. But it's weird because my son told them he had just eaten dinner the night before. My kids were not emaciated or anything like that. And just if someone doesn't have food in their fridge, it doesn't matter. They can still go to McDonald's every day, so it was like the dumbest allegations ever. I had never heard anything like it, but I just didn't want to deal with them. And I told them what I have a right to tell them, which is go away. And they didn't like that. So that's the real reason why they did it. But they will sit there and say it's a dog bite, just to have an excuse. They called it failure to protect. So I failed to protect my son from a dog.